Hey everyone, and welcome to Boss Advisory. Today we're going to talk about how to continue despite not seeing any results. Have you ever tried to achieve a goal, but no matter how hard you try, how long you worked at it, or how many positive statements you repeated to yourself, nothing seemed to change? As though you were working hard on a treadmill but not making any progress. Despite working tirelessly every day, I ran across this issue when I chose to take my job to the next level and become a freelancer. Unfortunately, I was not able to attract many customers at that time. I had no concept of how to market or sell my skills because I knew nothing about business. The service I was trying to market to customers was the only thing I had any real expertise in. There were weeks where it looked like I wasn't making any headway at all. And the truth was that I had no idea if I would ever have a single client or make a single dime. In my recollection, I made a spread to keep a log of each day that goes by without me having accomplished anything towards my goals. As a result, I doubted my dedication to the cause more than a few times, and even considered returning to regular employment because I wasn't making any progress. And I did a few things that kept me on track and ultimately resulted to a successful career as a freelance. Number 1. The first thing I did was set myself a reevaluation date. You may find that the result of your efforts are like an iceberg. Even if you're making substantial progress toward your goal, self-doubt and concern about whether you're making any progress at all can hinder your efforts since they're focused on what isn't visible above the water. Set a date on the calendar that makes sense for the size and scope of your particular objective, and refuse to rethink, evaluate, or self-doubt your decisions until then. This is especially helpful if you think your goal could take some time to manifest change. I, for instance, devoted 3 whole months to developing my freelance skills. At that point, I would reevaluate whether or not it was even conceivable, but until then, I would focus on gaining as much knowledge and experience as I could. Put one foot in front of the other, as George Lucas put it, and keep going. Ignore distractions and charge ahead. Number 2. I reframed all my setbacks and failures as learning experiences. In my experience, few things are more discouraging and frustrating. The persistent feeling that you are sabotaging your own progress. I've learned early on in my career as a freelancer that taking every loss as a sign that I should give up would guarantee that I would never succeed. In reality, I would have probably left after the first day. You may not be learning from a teacher or a book. Therefore, it's important to reframe your setbacks and mistakes as learning opportunities. However, failure teaches you valuable lessons for the next time something similar doesn't work out, so don't discount them. It may just indicate a need for a course correction. You have, in fact, just received a little tutorial that should prove useful on your path to success. Rather than taking setbacks as a reflection of who you are, you might approach them as an opportunity to learn and grow, which can make it feel more like a game. Think of it as the expected difficulty of a worthwhile challenge that will demand your attention and perseverance, even enjoyable. Keeping in mind the words of Albert Einstein, failure is success in progress. Number 3. I focused on enjoying it. If you can take pleasure in the progress of achieving your objectives, you will have accomplished half of the required effort. It's natural to feel anxious about success when so much is at stake, such a person's ability to pay rent and buy food. While deadline pressure can be helpful, it should be used sparingly. Reminiscing, taking pleasure in the present is essential. Feeling down when you're trying to achieve something will just make you hate the progress and make you more likely to give up. Reframe your objective as a contest, a quiz, or a grade. Focus on the challenge rather than the outcome. If I had focused too much on the end goal in my freelancing endeavors, I would never have made any progress. 4. I celebrated every milestones, even the tiny ones. I made a big deal out of even the most insignificant achievements, like getting 100 views on a blog article. Fortunately, a prospective client agreed to meet with me. $1,000 in profit is cause for celebration. Celebrate. Nothing is too small to commemorate. I always made sure to recognize my accomplishments, no matter how small, and give myself plenty of time to revel in the glory of my success, even if it was something as simple as getting out of bed and heading to the office. The importance of maintaining a positive outlook could not be overstated. There was nothing more important than the excitement. Moments like those kept me going, and I wasn't content with praising merely incremental gains. Every chance I had to educate myself, I took advantage of it. As my business acumen, self-control, and resolve grew, I held a party to commemorate my progress. Sebastian Throne advises that, despite disappointments, you should appreciate your failures just as much as your successes. If you throw a good party to commemorate your setbacks, also if you get to the tagline and think, wow, I failed, I tried, I was wrong, that's okay. I had no idea. Then you'll understand that fear is an illusion and that once it's gone, nothing can stop you from changing the world. After just a few weeks, I landed a fantastic retainer client who was a great fit for me, and their positive feedback helped me land additional clients. All the work I put in at the start when I wasn't getting anywhere started paying off in a peculiar snowball effect. It turned out that there was a lot more hidden beneath the surface than I had anticipated, as the iceberg had already fully formed. Thanks to what I've learned about running a business and marketing, I was finally able to work with clients that I genuinely enjoyed serving. So much time had been spent on my education, hence my failures. I was suddenly confident in my ability to deal with any circumstance. So if you're feeling down because you haven't made progress towards your objective, keep in mind that there could be a lot going on behind the surface. You have no idea. You can achieve success, as Tony Robbins wrote, with diligence and time. Basically, if we want to steer our lives, it's up to us to decide what we'll do on a regular basis. What makes a difference in our life is not the things we do occasionally, but the things we do regularly and don't forget. Isn't life all about developing and improving while having fun? Those are the factors that should be prioritized. In other words, keep going and keep educating yourself, despite the absence of visible progress. Thank you guys so much for watching Boss Advisory. And if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe, give this video a big thumbs up, and hit the bell so you get notified on every new incredible content we make for you. Have a wonderful day and see you in the next one.